Hi, I'm Vail Fucci, and welcome to my studio. I'm here to give you a Lightroom user's guide to being able to use Capture One. First, I'm going to show how we import files into Lightroom Classic, and then show the process in Capture One. So, as tends to be the case, there's about 900 different ways you could do the same thing. I'll show you a couple of them here. With Adobe, I do have the convenience to just go over and drop that right there, and it'll auto bring up the import function there to just go ahead and add those images that are already on my computer into the catalog. You can see how it first brings it up in these smaller, simple little thumbnail images like this. You can make the thumbnails larger or smaller, but the resolution is really kind of not very good even as you bring it up with that there. If you do want to be able to see it in a better viewpoint there, you can double click on it and then you get a much better resolution to include to be able to review your images. You can go through them, cycle through it by just using your arrow keys back and forth. And you can see how it by default already has the little checkbox there to import. If I wanted to decide not to include it, I can do that right here. And you can go back to the grid view and see that that one is no longer checked. Or I can choose right out here doing check or not, and you can see how it goes a little dim there if it hasn't been checked. And then once I have checked it, it stays illuminated. And we are also given the ability, if we want to put in keywords here. So say we were saying headshot, Vail Fucci photography. We can do that right here. And then we just go ahead and hit import. All right, and there we go. We've got all our images into our Lightroom catalog there. Or I can go ahead and go in here and pick import photos and video. From the source, I have it from my hard drive down there to I want my images for raw editors is where I've got the files I want to use today. I have a choice right now at this point to be able to put in different keywords, put in certain develop settings of presets and things like that that I might like. I can choose to whether it's going to build the smart previews as it comes in. But at this point, I am happy with everything here, and I just want to make sure don't import suspected duplicates. And I'm going to hit import. And in this case, since it's already on my computer, I just wanted to add. If I was moving them from a memory card over to the computer, instead I would want to go and click on copy, and then I would go in and pick the different destination folders as to where I would like to place it. But in this case, the pictures are already on my hard drive. I don't want to add a second number of them here, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit import. All right, that has finished there. And that is how I import the pictures into Lightroom. Right, now let's see how we go about importing our images into Capture One. So I'll go over to my dock, and I will click on Capture One. If I didn't have it already in the dock, I'd just go down to Applications and do that. So I'll open Capture One. All right, and if it's the first time you're opening up the program, your catalog would be empty. It would probably ask you to actually create a catalog. And so in that case, it'd be up into New Catalog, and you'd go in and name it, place where you want to have it, and save it. But for right now, I have a nice blank one just ready here. And so it says Import Images. I can do it there. I can click on Import over here, either which way. So let's just click on that. And I'm going to go ahead and find the images that I want to add here. So, and I want to add it into the catalog, and I'm going to choose where I want to import from. And so in this case, again, I'm going to go and select where my files are, image for raw editors, and that is where I'm going to do that particular folder. So there are those same 4 images again. I would have the choice in here to go ahead and look at these in a larger format, and they come up very quickly there. They're just using the little JPEG previews that are stored in the EXIF data there. In this case, as we said before, we'd want to pick all. If I go ahead back to double clicking on my image up to my viewer mode up here, it will bring that back down. I can select whether I want to have only some of them imported, or I can go ahead, pick all, or unpick all. And if I wanted to select certain ones there, by clicking on that, because I had selected them, it will select all the ones I had selected. So if I'm in here and want to import these now, I can first, before going ahead and doing that, I can pick out where it's going to import it to, be it adding it to the catalog or copying it into the catalog. Copying would be that it goes ahead and makes another copy of my images to a different place. But in this fact, we want to just add it to the catalog, so the files will stay right where they are, just as it says here. If there was a collection that I'd made up of different things there, specifically, and named it in advance, I could go ahead and put that at this point, but as of right now, I don't have any particular collection started for it. If you want to back it up to another location at the same time, like an additional hard drive, you can do that here. Here you can change the naming as to how the files come in and actually name those if you wanted to change how it is in there. It's not applicable when we're just adding it to the catalog because the files are already here. But if I was pulling it in from a memory card, that's where I would do that. Here I can make sure that it puts in my copyright right up front here and change that. So for right now, I'll put Vail Fucci Photography. Okay, I can look and see adjustments and with it there. If I wanted to put a specific style that I'd created, I could add that there. And nothing in that part. And after the import, it have open collection where import starts. That's fine either which way. You do have the option of ejecting the card or erasing after copying. I would not recommend that. Usually I recommend formatting your card instead. All right, but in this case, we're going to import all of them. All right, that is very fast. And our images are now imported. All right, so you can see right now that currently none of our images have any keywords associated with them. So I'm going to want to go into my little information panel here, metadata, and I can go and now add keywords. If I only have a single image selected here, and I write in, say, headshot, and I hit enter, that will go ahead and keyword that with it there. If I want a group of things, like in this case ones where they all have the color checker, if I select them, I have to make sure that edit selected with this multiple part is all the way highlighted to make sure that it goes to all of them. So let's put in this case color checker. And I hit enter twice there and it goes ahead. You also have the option, instead of hitting enter twice, if you want to do multiple keywords, to just put commas in between. So say I wanted to label this that I remember that it was with a green shirt and it was taken in the right studio. And now I'm going to hit enter, and there you can see it went ahead and separated that out with my keywords there. All right, now I can go back here to my library, and I can see that I can now actually make it search and do a filter just by turning it on or off by clicking on this, and it will now link to only specifically the ones I want. You might inadvertently go, oh no, I've lost my different pictures because I can't find anything but a certain subset. You may have inadvertently turned on a keyword filter. Like in this case, you're going, okay, headshot, and only the one came up. And you're going, where were all those others? Well, it was because you had that filter turned on. So we'll turn that keyword filter off here so we can see everything. And that's it. Now you know how to import your images into Capture One and to keyword them. In my next video, I'll cover how to review your images and select the ones that you want to edit.